Hi everyone, welcome on board to Helper.tv.
A lot of people believe in miracles, and I'm sure that you probably also believe in miracles, particularly if it has to do with loved ones, if it has to do with people that you care about. You believe in miracles. And talking about miracles, I'm talking about the now young Nigerian music artist who passed away, upcoming artist. He passed away, and this is a person, this is someone that nobody knew. When I say nobody knew, I'm like, yeah, nobody knew him like that. When I mean nobody, I'm not saying you don't. I mean, a lot of people do not know who he is, not until his RIP. I mean, come on. When you look at this, you, if you have a if you are someone that is deep, you understand what I'm trying to say. People didn't really know much about him. In the US, who knows him? Canada, who knows him? But all of a sudden, the day he passed away, 3 days, 72 hours after he passed away, a lot of people in the US got to know. Francophone countries, I mean French speaking countries, all of a sudden they got to know. In Africa, everybody is seeking for justice. Everybody is talking about him. His song streamed to the highest capacity to unseat people like Bernard, but to unseat the living. The living, imagine, someone who nobody really knew. A lot of people didn't know him. All of a sudden, his song trended so much that it unseated people who are alive, people who are on top charts in the music, in different music genre. He took over from them. A lot of people are asking for justice. Music artists are coming out to speak. It created ripple effect everywhere. Billboard in the US had an advert of him. People in the UK, they came out for candle night. People all over have something to say. Social media is still on fire talking about it. People are saying what they know and what they do not know. That's to tell you how much the RIP of this young man, the force of it, how much it shook the world. But then, before we divert or digress, like I said, a lot of people are believing that this young man can be raised from the dead. And one of those who have decided to speak, come out to put himself publicly, is a prophet. And this prophet, I want you to listen to him on how he will go about raising Mohbad. He said, there is hope, there is faith. He said, the spirit of Mohbad has not transcended into the other space. That the spirit is still there. And because the spirit is still around, that they can call back that spirit, they can drag it back into that body. And that it has been done before. Well, some people might be skeptical, but first, let's listen to what he has to say. Before then, like and share this video, subscribe to this channel. Let's get right into it.
Promise Imole Mohbad can still live again. Onígbàgbọ́ o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, Gaol South Fendeli Araki. Onígbàgbọ́ àbíkẹ́ ò ní ìgbàgbọ́ ìyẹn ò kàn mí. Ṣùgbọ́n ọmọ náà ó lè jí padà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ẹ jẹ́ kí n rí òkú ọmọ náà. Èmi. Ẹ fún mi ní access sí òkú ọmọ náà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Tó bá wá já sí wípé lóòtítọ́ bá mi Èdùmàrè òun ló ń jẹ́ nínú iná, òun ló ń jẹ́ nínú afẹ́fẹ́, òun ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ nínú omi, òun ló ń dáhùn lórí ilẹ̀, ọmọ náà yóò jí padà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Orúkọ mi ni Ọba Ewúlọmí. Irú ikú wo gan ló pa Mohbad? Ta ló pa ìmọ́lẹ̀? Béèrè tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ènìyàn béèrè nìyẹn. Tí wọ́n dẹ̀ ń wá ìdáhùn rẹ̀. Gbọ́ mi dáadáa ọmọ ènìyàn. láyọ̀ láti sọ fún ẹ wípé ikú tó pa ọmọ náà ikú ilé ni o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni a pa ọmọ náà torótoró fún oògùn òkìkí. Galomade faria dali hansahala. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n pa ọmọ náà láti fi ṣoògùn òkìkí ni. Ìlífinọ́lé àṣà ọ̀rọ̀ gọ̀ǹbàǹbà ọ̀fìdá. Wọ́n pa ọmọ náà láti fi ṣoògùn òkìkí. Wọ́n pa fún iṣẹ́ ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ̀yin ènìyàn tẹ́ ń wá ikú kí ló pa á? Àtẹ̀yin ìjọba pẹ̀lú. Ẹni àkọ́kọ́ tẹ́ ó lọ dìmú inú ìrìn àjò yìí ó ní bàbá tó bí lọ́mọ. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì bẹ́ẹ̀ òun ní ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀ ìlàsọ hafidiria. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta òun ní nọ́ọ̀sì tó gún lábẹ́rẹ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹnìkan náà wà lẹ́yìn píktọ̀ yẹn tó jẹ́ ní ìkẹrin tó náà wà nínú hospital náà, ọ̀kan nínú àwọn staff tó wà ní hospital yẹn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni bẹ́ẹ̀ ni dákun má jiyàn lórí ẹ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni bí n bá sọ fún ẹ pé ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ rèé nínú ayé àbíkẹ́ nínú ọ̀run àbíkẹ́ nínú ìwàláàyè ìwọ, dákun má jiyàn lórí ẹ̀. Orí bó ṣe rí gẹ́lẹ́ òun láṣẹ wí o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Naira Marley àti Sammy Larry lótìtọ́ àwọn ọmọ méjèèjì wọ̀nyẹn kò yẹ mọ́ kí wọ́n wà láàrin àwọn ọmọ ènìyàn.
Welcome back. Now, there are those who are quick to say it's a lie, it's not true. But there are Christians who would have embraced the testimony of a man that is a German by descent, by birth, is a Caucasian. He used to visit Africa, visit Nigeria. He was a televangelist before he passed away. A pastor, Reabonke. There was a time he came, and there are records here and there of people who claim that they had raised someone from the dead. Even the late prophet Temitope Balogun Joshua, TB Joshua, Synagogue of All Nations. There are stories of how he raised that person from the dead, how that was raised from the dead, how that was raised from the dead. I'm sure that your pastor probably must have raised someone from the dead. Now, the question many people might want to ask is this: is that person really dead, or they're just coming up with stories just to boost their ego? Or are they really saying the power of God can do everything? And just as Jesus Christ raised Lazarus from the dead, why can't followers, servants of Jesus do the same? After all, the Bible says that greater than what he has done, greater works that he has done than he has done, we shall do. So this is what I want to throw out to you, because there are a lot of people who are skeptical about this. They say it's a lie. This man is just cloud chasing. This man is just trying to, kind of create some kind of effect here and there, trying to make people believe and trying to just join issues or join, talk, just to make sure that it's also trending. But don't you think that it could be raised, and many other people can be raised back from the dead? Let us really talk about this. Have you experienced this? Have you seen this? Someone might be in coma. The doctors might say, oh, we've checked, this person is no longer alive. The pulse is no longer there. Heartbeat is gone. It has been declared clinically, RIP. But all of a sudden, parents or family members or loved ones rush this person to, where they believe they will get spiritual assistance. And all of a sudden, this person is breathing back again. We've heard countless people, we've heard pastors, prophets, clerics, both in Islam, saying that, oh, if God could raise me after 2 days or after 4 days. I've never heard anyone after 3 days, because Jesus Christ is the only one that has been credited with that. So, have you ever experienced this before? Have you seen it before? There was a time a man who eventually had to run out of South Africa. He came up with this, raising of someone from the dead, and it became, at the end of the day, that it was not true, that it was false. And at the end of the day, we heard, I don't know how true it is, that the young man in question that was used for such eventually RIP. You see how terrible it can be, that the young man RIP. We heard it. This is serious. I mean, this is deep. That the young man RIP finally. So when we talk about raising someone from the dead, I know that a lot of pastors that can and cannot will want to use this to cloud chase. And at the end of the day, many of them will say, well, I believe that it can happen. I have faith that it can happen. I've seen it happen. And that God has bestowed upon them the power, the ability to do the same. Emotions are high. Let's be sincere. Emotions are high. Even prior to this, prophet, pastor, cleric claiming that he could raise Mohbad, people have said it's a lie. He's not dead. He's going to come up again. He's going to rise up again. That's to show the level of how people are so sentimental about it, the emotion, and those that are just simply trying to clutch it, they don't really love him, because the truth is this: when that young man was screaming out, shouting, a lot of people didn't do nothing about it, even though they were fans of his. They didn't do nothing. You barely see blogs that carried him, because it wasn't like popular people looked at him like, what's wrong with this one? Is this guy part of those, fraudsters, Yahoo boys, scammers, singer / these cultists and all of that? People didn't really see much into him, not until he passed away. Then people started crying, trying to connect justice for Mohbad. Justice for Mohbad. What are your thoughts about this, Pastor? Drop your comment, like and share. See you in the next update.
I say a very big thank you to those who have taken time to subscribe to this channel. And if you're yet to subscribe, kindly tap on that subscription button and also the red bell icon, so you will be notified whenever videos such as this are uploaded.